Hello everyone and welcome back. It's me, Trophy Wife, and today we're going to continue our playthrough of Corpse Factory. I'm not feeling well today and I don't look the best, so that's why there's no camera this time. But let's just continue. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, it helps. Alright. The convenience store is a little more crowded than usual. The mundane cluster of business people, students, and worker buzzes in the air like a swarm of relentless flies. Throughout the drone of mingled conversations, I happen to catch a few interesting words here and there.
Have you seen that one website?
What do you mean by request a death?
My lips curl into a half smile, half snarl.
Since he always cheats, I thought I might upload his photo.
And you think Corpse Girl really exists?
To hear this many people talking about Corpse Girl's website is enough to make my nerves tingle. However, I know they're not talking about it because of Akane's death. As far as I can tell, her death wasn't reported to the news as a suspicious case. The only source of information I could locate was her obituary. And that didn't mention anything about foul play, so there's no way anyone could know that Corpse Girl was involved. People are talking about the website in the same way they always have, like it's just an interesting topic of conversation, an icebreaker, one of those things you tell your friends to entertain them. And therein is my issue with the website as a topic of conversation. It's just an urban legend, a point of discussion that inevitably fizzles out and is forgotten. People talk about it, people visit the website out of curiosity, but very few people take action and request a death. That's the part that annoys me. If people don't actively participate, how can I prove myself to the world? How can Corpse Girl claim her victims if there's no victims to be claimed? As long as the website is simply a talking point, a myth, an icebreaker, then Corpse Girl's ambitions will remain unfulfilled. To be fair, I haven't yet provided a compelling reason for people to take the website seriously. The death toll is humiliatingly low. I need to ramp it up and take up my game for Corpse Girl's sake. Until I manage to do that, people will continue to simply discuss the website in hushed tones like it's some taboo fantasy that shouldn't be spoken of. But with some more time and some more victims, soon enough, everyone will know to fear Corpse Girl. Thanks to the constant drone in the convenience store, I barely register quiet melody off the ringtone. Eventually, my ear becomes keen enough to pick it out, and I answer my phone.
Hey. Good morning, Noriko. Is this a bad time? Not at all. I'm at the convenience store. Oh, good. I wanted to catch you before work. No worries. I actually meant to call you yesterday, but the day got away from me. That's okay. I wanted to ask if you spoke to Shinya yet? I sure did. Guess what? What? You start work on Monday! You'll be doing data entry with me. We might even get to sit near each other. Oh my gosh. Really? Are you telling the truth? Of course. When have I ever lied to you? Oh, Noriko. I'm so excited. Thank you. Thank you so much. Does this mean I can quit the maid cafe now? Yep. Quit today if you can. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Allie, are you crying? I'm so happy.
Making Oi so overwhelmingly happy feels really good. I care so much for this girl. Her happiness is vital to me.
I owe you so much. And Shinya too. I know. I'll buy him a gift to give him on my first day. Do you think he'll like that? Yeah, I'm sure he will. That's a great idea, Aoi. What does he like?
I managed to spill the answer to that without having to think
Crime
twice.
novels. Oh, really? Oh, his dad is a detective, right? Okay, I can get something like that. Right now, I'm going to march into the cafe and quit. You tell him. Good luck, kid. Okay. Bye, Noriko.
The call ends and I smile. Oi sounded so happy. I'm really glad I can help her out. She deserves to be happy. I barely have time to select a can of coffee from the line of refrigerated shelves before my phone rings again.
Aoi? Sorry to call again, Noriko. Something was bugging me. So, what's up? This is going to sound stupid. Did I thank you for getting me the job?
Oh, yeah, you did. A few times, I think.
Okay, phew. I just wanted to check. It was bothering me. And I didn't want to come off as ungrateful, so...
She just got off the phone with her. Did I thank you? Oh my lord.
You know what? Just to make sure. Thank you, Noriko. Okay, I'm going now, really. Bye-bye.
Bye, Aoi.
The call ends and my brow furrows. That was strange, but maybe not so strange for Oi. I guess she really wanted to be polite. I shrug it off and return to select my coffee for the day. I mean, it's strange. The office atmosphere is unusually somber when I exit the elevator. There are few people around than normal. Some executives I rarely see on this level are hovering around in one of the glass-screened cubicles to one side of the floor. I spy Shinya standing at his desk talking quietly on the phone. He nodded and bowing a lot, despite the fact that whoever is on the end of the call can't see him. I wanted to ask somebody what's going on, but nobody seems to notice me arriving. I shuffle my way to the desk and sit down. I spend some time looking over the spreadsheets of today's task. After going through it thoroughly, Shinya arrives in front of my desk, seemingly out of breath.
Noriko, has anyone filled you in yet?
No, what's going on? Why is half the office empty?
Well, you see, somebody within the company died yesterday.
Oh? Somebody we know?
Shinya shakes his head slowly, his expression gravely serious.
Nobody you would have interacted with. She was an exec, up on the 21st floor. Apparently, she never showed up yesterday, but her coworkers just assumed she was taking a personal day. People started getting the news in the afternoon. She was involved in some sort of accident, and now she's...
Dead?
Shinya glares at me, his narrow pupils seemingly accusing me of being tactless.
Yes. Dead.
So, I mean, I get it's a tragedy and all, but how does this explain where everyone is today?
You should have received an email sent out by HR this morning. Basically, everyone is being offered professional grief counseling.
Seriously?
I think some people are taking up the offer, but I suspect some other employees are using the opportunity to skip out on work. Regardless, what happened to Miss Tsurumaki was a tragedy. So unexpected.
I blink a few times, getting ready to turn back to my computer. Miss Tsurumaki.
Wait, what was her name?
Huh? Ms. Tsurumaki. It should be in the email. She had a young daughter and everything. It's really sad.
Akane Tsuruyaki. Though I've never met her before, her face appears in my mind with starting clarity. Self-asphyxiation, an accident. She worked here? I can scarcely believe it. It's true that this is a massive company with thousands of employees Japan-wide, but still, for her to work in the very same building as me, it's too coincidental. It doesn't feel right. Would I have gone through with killing her if I knew she worked in my building? This scenario creates more questions than answer. The person that requested her death, do they also work here? It would have to be somebody who knows her well enough to want her dead. Odds are high they work here as well.
You okay?
I realized that I've been spacing out and I turned back to Shinya.
Yeah, sorry, just thinking is all.
Well, grief affects us all in different ways. The details for the counseling sessions are in the email. Be sure to take up the company's offer if you think it'll help. As for me, I think I'll be okay. Some quiet reflection on the matter should help clear my head.
Sure, okay.
Plus, I have a date with Tomoe to look forward to. It's important to look ahead in times like these, isn't it? I think I read that somewhere.
Ugh, yeah, that's what they say.
Very well then. Do your best today, okay?
Right.
Shinya takes his leave and I let my shoulders slump. I killed someone from my office building, but I didn't know that at the time. Could my involvement be traced? No, I was careful to cover my tracks, so deleted the photos from my computer, discarded the burner phone SIMS card, and trashed the phone itself. There's no way anyone will find out I was involved. Besides, I don't know if authorities are treating this case as a murder. As far as general information goes, it would seem that it is truly being treated as an accident. I'm in the clear. I know I am. However, I sure would like to uncover the identity of the person who requested Turasaki's death. The thought that it could be someone I work with makes me way too curious. If I butcher names, sorry. Despite work being eventful this morning, the rest of the day passed quietly. Even T kept her distance from me. I wonder if I scared her off when I casually mentioned reporting her to the police. Not that I actually would report her. That would lead to the police getting mixed up in my life, and I can't really have that considering my moonlighting occupation. Especially now that I know I have connections to Tsuraki. I brushed my hair in front of the mirror in my bedroom. I removed my makeup and revealed the ever so faint bruise on my cheek, the fading token of my fight with T. Since tonight is rather cold, I just decided to snuggle up under the covers in bed with my laptop. I crawl into bed, pull the sheets, blankets up over myself. The warmth and softness is immediately comforting, and I have to fight the urge not to fall asleep here and now. I keep myself awake. I check the request on my website. I'm pleasantly surprised to find there are 2 new requests. 2 in one day. My heart begins to race, and I quickly open the messages. The first message reads, request details. Today at 11:14. Victim's phone. Image attached, not found. No image attached. What? I thought I can configure the website to reject requests unless an image is attached. This is really irritating. I got my hopes up for nothing. It takes me a second to remember that there's another request waiting. My optimism renewed. I hurriedly clicked the unread message. Request 5:06 p.m. Victim's phone. Download image attached. Yes, this request has been submitted correctly. The image is loading before my eyes. A new victim is male, early 20s. He's fit and athletic looking. His clothes is casual, so it's impossible to infer what kind of work he does. The photo of him is pretty simple. I don't know if he uses it for his noise profile or if it's an ID photo of some sort. Either way, he looks like a happy person. I'm not so naive to pretend I can't guess at the reason this guy is wanted dead. Perhaps an ex has submitted his details after a bad breakup, or a jealous sibling wants him out of the picture. People's motivations are purely selfish. Requesting the death of somebody is guaranteed to be a motivation by self-interest. So why did someone want Tomasaki dead? She was so plain looking, so uninteresting. She didn't look like she was capable of even thinking about wronging somebody. Man, you really held up on the last person's death. Maybe you shouldn't be doing this. Did somebody want revenge on her, or did simply find her so dull that they thought of removing her from the planet seemed appealing? I interrupt my own thoughts and return to the task at hand. Dwelling on a past victim won't do me any good if I want to continue my streak of success. This new guy is attractive. It's almost a shame I have to chop him up. Well, we all get what's coming to us. No sense in trying to avoid scaring a pretty face. Beauty is superficial anyway, and I know as well as anyone. No one deserves to be spared just because they're good looking. Beautiful people should suffer as much as anyone else. Beautiful people do suffer as much as anyone else. Take Oi, for example. She's gorgeous, absolutely stunning, and definitely my type. But she suffers endlessly at the hands of cruel stalkers and patrons. Everyone suffers, beautiful or not. We all cop the crap we're dealt. So why fuss over a beautiful corpse? This guy or Oi, or even T on a good day. Beautiful people die the same way as the average person. This guy on my computer screen probably doesn't really deserve to die. I'm sure there's some pretty petty reason his death has been requested. But I take all requests seriously. I won't turn a single one down. Corpse Girl's convictions will pave the way to her fame. With a smirk and a lick of my lips, I get to work. I've got a nice clear photo here, so I can go all out on this request. I head up the DD, the database of the deceased, and spend some time selecting a suitable base image. I hesitate between choosing an image of the corpse with a knife in its throat or a body soaked in a bloody bathtub with its wrist slit. Oh my. Either image would do just fine, but I really want something special for the latest victim. After all, I have to chop my last success, right? Another 5 or 10 minutes pass until I gasp at coming across the perfect photo. Thanks to my clever use of a tag in the filter on the DD, this image matches his victim's description perfectly. 20 to 30 years old, athletic build male. The corpse's legs are severed below the knees. Bloody stumps leak their vital fluids on high. The body is hanging from a set of power lines on some suburban street. Jesus, did he have a car accident? It's perfect, beautiful even. It will help me create a beautiful death for a beautiful person. I kind of have to question the story behind the photo. I wonder if the police even investigate discovered what happened to this sucker. Well, regardless, this will serve my purpose. I download the highest resolution copy available and save it to my hard drive. My fingers trace along the computer's trackpad and details move, clicking, tapping, dragging at random intervals. The night carries on. May 29th, Friday morning. My walk to the train station this morning is confident, cocky, self-assured. When I board the train, I even manage to take a seat for the first time in a while. I withdraw a worn book from my handbag and flip open the cover. There's a name scrawled in blue ballpoint pen on the first page. Sorry, guys. But it has become faded and illegible over time. I don't quite remember where I picked up this book. Maybe I discovered it at a secondhand bookstore. Who knows? I'm on my own obscure tomes that I can't be expected to recall purchasing every single one. Its age-covered and withered spine bear both the same title. False Photography. A comprehensive history of photo manipulation. Well, why would you read that in public? That's kind of like something that they could use against you. The book is written in English and it's a slog to work through with my limited knowledge of that language, but I like to skim through it primarily for the photographs contained within. The examples of early image doctoring from centuries ago fascinate me. The book features techniques and studies as recent as '93 when it was first published. It's true that a lot of the techniques discussed within are no longer relevant in today's digital age. However, there's a hearty section dedicated to the art of manipulating corpse photos, something I'm indeed very, very interested in. The most intriguing aspect of the section's content is that the featured artists perform the opposite kind of work that I do. Instead of manipulating the images of living to make them appear dead, the artists in the book edit images of the dead in order to make them look living once more. In bygone eras, when photographs of people were taken few and far between, a sect of artists dedicated themselves to honoring the memories of the deceased. They did this by making the photos taken upon death look beautiful and full of life. These photos were gifted to family members and loved ones. The tradition makes sense. Imagine if you lost someone dear to you and you had no photographs of them. Wouldn't it be wonderful to receive one last memento, a beautiful image of the way you remember them? Instead of using makeup to beautify a corpse, these artists applied paintbrushes and pen directly to a photograph to simply bring the deceased back to life. The impressive aspect of their process is the way they illustrate the corpse's eyes to look full of life. Even though it's a far cry from the work I do, I can't help but feel some sort of kinship with the artists discussed in this book. Surely we are cut from the same cloth. Browsing through the images in this book inspired me to work hard at my own photo editing. Many of the pictures are black and white, but to me they only drives home how impressive these old techniques were. I finished flipping through the chapter and closed the book. I'd hold the tattered tomb close to my chest and breathe a sigh of satisfaction.
The next station is Shinjuku. The doors on the right side will open. Please change here for the Chuo line, the Shonan Shinjuku line, the Saikyo line.
I quickly stuff the book into my handbag and get ready to disembark the train. When I'm certain nobody's looking, I carefully open the lid of a large dumpster in front of me. The stench of rotten food and who knows what else assaults my senses. I reflexively gag and splutter. Are you going to throw the book away? The staff at the convenience store really need to seal their trash in plastic bags before tossing it in here.
This is disgusting. I have to stop doing this.
The raised open lid locks into place at a 45-degree angle, allowing me to now free hands to retrieve a small black object from my handbag. Oh, it's the flip phone. It's a flip phone plastic thing with shiny charcoal finish. I open it up and tap on the retro tactical keys, confirming that I've completed deleted all set messages and photos. Nodding to myself satisfied that I've covered my tracks, I eject the battery from the back of the casing and toss it into the dumpster. I then snap the phone in half along with the hinge, separating the screen from the keypad. The screen crunches into pieces with a gratifying crunch. Underneath my shoes, I retrieve the smashed parts from the asphalt carefully not to prick my fingers on the sharp glass. With hardly a glance, I unceremoniously launch the broken part of the phone into the dumpster. I clasp my hands together to dust them off and shut the dumpster lid with a heavy... I settle between the brick wall and the convenience store and a narrow metal railing intended to keep people like me away from the dumpster. Now in front of the convenience store, I feel I can breathe deeply without fear of inhaling the toxic contents of the dumpster. I let my lungs take the fill before nonchalantly crossing the street. That takes care of my latest burner phone before leaving the office building. I crack the SIM card in half and dispose of it in a combustible trash. Now with the phone itself destroyed and discarded at different locations, my mind is at ease. It has been slightly less than 24 hours since I messaged my latest victim, the athletic guy that I may have briefly fantasized about during my restless slumber. My general rule of thumb is to keep the burner phone for exactly 24 hours after sending a photo. However, I made an exception today. I want to discard the phone early, clear my anxiety, and get a full night's rest tonight. Besides, it's not like anyone ever replies to messages I send. I'd love if they did, but it's what it is. So really, there's no point in holding on to the evidence of my wrongdoing for longer than necessary. If memory serves, I wrote tomorrow's date on the latest victim's timestamp, May 30th, 10:31 a.m. The victim may decide to kill himself today, of course. He could end it all just like Akane. But if he's anything like her, he'll hold out until just a few hours before the designated time. He'll let panic and fear boil and build inside him until he can't take it anymore. Or someone else will come along and end it for him. I can't be sure. I still don't know what happened to Rory. Did she kill herself or did someone else snuff out her life? Either way, start researching obituaries tomorrow. I'm confident that this will be another successful request. If it is, I'll truly be on a winning streak. With butterflies in my stomach, I cross the road. Well, let's hope you don't find out that he did it while you're at work, because you're freaking weird. On my route home, I usually take my trek through the small park close to my apartment, providing the weather is decent. I avoid the park in the morning as a lot of people walk their dogs and I can't risk my allergies flaring up before I reach the office. In the evening, the park is much emptier. I suppose I finished work a bit earlier than most people, so while everyone... Oh, sorry guys, I'm really sorry. I really didn't sleep well last night. So while everyone else is busy, I can enjoy the fresh air and scenery. I make my way along the neat, broad dirt path that connects one side of the park to the other. Wooden benches line the path at regular intervals, and at this time of the evening, it's common to see a homeless person or two using a bench as a resting place. The city has more homeless people than a general population would care to admit. I try not to think much of it at all. I walk by every day. I already know that many people have it worse off than I do, and there's not exactly anything I can do to help, right? Should I be giving these people money that I can't afford to spare when I just end up homeless as well? I'm not exactly broke, but I live month to month on my salary. It's expensive to live on the outskirts of Akihabara, whatever. And commuting to Shinjuku every day isn't exactly cheap either. Then you add the electricity bill, phone, food. I mean, I don't eat unless I have to, but I'd starve if I didn't buy a meal every other day. And I don't get me started on the cost of coffee I drink. If I'm lucky, I can score a can for 100 yen, but more often than not, I'm paying up to 150 for a single can. Even if I were to buy canned coffee in bulk from one of these huge variety stores like Don Quixote, I don't know. I still only save a handful of change. Is it Coyote? To me, it looks like it is, but you know. and I wouldn't have access to the familiar selection I get on the convenience store. I'm just thankful that I don't go out for drinks after work like most of my colleagues. If I had to buy a few rounds of beers every week, my bank account would definitely dry up. By avoiding that kind of group outing, not only do I save money, but I'm also not forced to spend more time around people. It's a win-win situation. Realize I'm trudging along the path of snail's pace. I tell myself to speed up my gait. Towards the exit of the park, a silhouette of two people are on the bench come into view. The sound of laughter carries on the wind, and I can't help but feel like I've heard these voices before. It's gonna be, T and, what is his name? Syoko, whatever. As I draw closer, a sinking sensation clutches at my stomach. I immediately get the urge to turn around, but I'm so close to home.
Aha! It's Noriko! Fancy
right.
seeing her here.
Noriko's here.
I told you I was right. T and Shinya. T glares and flips her long hair behind her ear, just a shit-eating grin on her face. Shinya looks kind of out of place outside of the office. His face is filtered by an especially uncomfortable expression. I start to wonder why these two are here, but then I recall that T did mention they were going on a date Friday night. I suppose it's just bad luck that I would run into them on the way home. What are they doing here in Akihabara? I have to assume that T came here on purpose just to
On your
spite
way
me.
home?
Uh-huh. How's your, date?
We're having a blast. Right, Chen?
Yes, of course. A great time.
He doesn't sound like he's having a great time. I wonder if T has been dragging Shinya around against his will.
Okay, well, I'll leave you to it.
Hey, we're gonna grab some chicken. Why don't you come with us?
Nah, I don't like you.
No thanks.
I can't think of any worse way to spend an evening than eating with T.
Please come with us, Noriko.
Shinya has a dejected look on his face. It's pitiful, but he brought this date on himself. Why should I have to bail him out?
Sorry, I've got things to do tonight.
Are you sure you're not just avoiding eating? Afraid to gain a bit of fat?
Honestly, don't know what to say to that.
Shin, you ever seen Noriko eat anything?
Well, now that you mention it, she never seems to eat at the office.
I eat at home, if that's okay with you.
It's not completely a lie. Sometimes I eat at home, sometimes I don't eat at all.
Come on, come get some chicken with us. You can throw it back up or whatever afterwards if it makes you feel better.
She's starting to get on my nerves. I swear she tries to identify my flaws and insecurities just so she can rub them in my face.
Tomoe, you're not being very nice to Noriko. Aren't you two supposed to be friends?
We're besties. Besties talk shit to each other, right, Noriko?
Right.
Huh. Fascinating.
Oh, poor Shinya. He's a little, sheltered, I guess, is the word.
Anyway, I'm going now. See you on Monday.
Okay. See you then.
Buzzkill. She's such a drag.
I let T words hang in the air as I walk past her. I'm pretty annoyed that she dragged Shinya all the way out here just to taunt me. Is this her idea of a good date? Does she care about Shinya at all, or is this whole thing just to annoy me? T dating Shinya doesn't get under my skin. I don't have feelings for him at all. What does get on my nerves is the simple fact that T is trying so hard to get on my nerves. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if I could carry on my way home without any final interruptions. T calls out to me
Your friend
again.
Aoi is gonna start work with us on Monday, yeah? Oh, fun. I can't wait to meet a friend of Noriko's.
I grimace. I suppose Shinya told her about that. I turn back to face them both.
Don't even think about messing with Aoi. That girl has dealt with enough crap at her last job.
Oh, has she? Maybe big, strong Noriko can protect her now.
I'd do anything for her. She's my best friend. If you had any friends of your own, you'd understand what that feels like.
Well, I got plenty of friends. And only some of them are sluts like you.
Yeah. I'm going.
Yeah. I finally managed to disengage from the conversation, even when T Mock's laugh pierced the air. I exit the park, cross the road, walk down the block leading to my apartment. I have to wonder if that girl exists solely to irritate me. I have to tell myself she's not worth the time. I can't let her get to me. Grin and bear it, as they say. That's what stoic, unflinching Noriko would do. I wonder why nobody has put tea in the system. Like, she seems like a bitch. Running a hand through my hair, I smile and approach my apartment building. May 30th, Saturday afternoon. This is the library? I spent all morning trying unsuccessfully to calm my nerves. I am anxious about finding out whether my latest victim was perished. It's the afternoon now, so the time written on the photo has passed. If my work was successful, I should know soon enough. I've already set up an obituary news alert on my phone to keep me informed. Instead of sitting at home all day and waiting for my phone to go off, I decided to visit my old favorite hangout. Public libraries don't get the credit they deserve in this age. They're quiet, calm, soothing. I can sit here for hours for free and just get lost in different worlds. Plus, they always carry works by my favorite authors. Sometimes the librarian are even kind enough to recommend titles that fit my taste. I don't feel judged here. Nobody looks at me and mocks my clothing or my makeup. Nobody looks at me and asks if I've had enough to eat lately. Nobody makes fun of me, that lonely girl in the corner reading Lovecraft and calmly stroking her hair. Every so often, I put my book aside and check my phone out of habit. Still no alerts. Have I miscalculated something? Did my last photo not look convincing or damning enough to inspire suicide or murder? I find myself growing increasingly anxious and impetitive.
Cthulhu, huh? You a Lovecraft nerd?
I blink twice and look up at the strange man standing over me.
Huh?
Sus. Didn't mean to interrupt. Notice you're reading Lovecraft. Huh. In Japanese, too.
Did he say Saz meaning sorry? Who says Saz? Oh my gosh.
Didn't know this book had been translated.
Yeah. My English isn't great, so I read the translated versions.
That's mad. Do they translate esoteric names? Can't imagine Cthulhu being easy to write in kanji.
Well, it's written in katakana, so...
Of course. Kojiro.
The man extends a hand and I can't tell if he wants me to shake it or pass him my book.
What?
I'm Kojiro. You?
Noriko. Kurosawa.
Nice. Just Kojiro for me. No last name. Call me Koji.
You don't have a last name?
Used to. Lost it. Fire, you know. I'm just Kojiro now.
Oh, you're so angsty. This guy is weird. His clothes smell like they've been stashed in the back of a closet for a decade or two. His face is unshaven and his eyes are scarcely clear and focused despite being masked by a pair of thick glasses.
Didn't mean to keep you. Saz again.
Oh, God.
I'm looking for Nobel Sinclair. He around here?
I hate that you say Saz.
I mean, I don't know. Who?
Writer guy. Did that book about befriending the dead? The librarian told me to check these shelves.
Sorry, I don't really know.
No worries. I'll find him. You know, you look like the type who'd enjoy his books. Not to judge you by your cover. Need a strong stomach, though. Messed up shit.
As much as I hate to admit it, the stranger has captured my interest.
How messed up are we talking?
Well, his first book describes dressing up corpses, taking them to dinner. Goal is to not get caught out. Mad, right? Like something out of that American movie. Weekend with Bernard? Or something like that.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Second book goes nuts. Main character fills the school classroom with bodies, all dressed up as students. Runs lectures and records them, puts them online. Best part? No one can figure out if these books are fiction. Internet says Nobel Sinclair actually did these things. Says he's doing time now, writing these books as a confession.
Interesting.
Right? It's deranged. Makes for a good bedtime reading.
Is this gonna be your love interest?
Huh.
You on Noise? Well, of course you are.
Yeah. You?
Yeah, at Koji. Add me if you like. We can talk shop.
So I'm assuming like Noise is like either Twitter or Facebook.
I'm gonna find Nobel. Wish me luck.
Oh, I mean X. And without so much of a glance back at me, the man walks away. I try to return to my reading, but the whole conversation just replays back in my head. What a bizarre encounter. Maybe I'll just head home for today. Being here has helped me calm down, but I'm still eagerly anticipating the fate of my victim. Besides, I have to admit that I'm growing a little bit hungry. Maybe onigiri, a rice ball from the convenience store, will tide me over until tomorrow. I gather my thanks and stand up, letting out a little hoo as I stretch my muscles. As I head towards the sliding doors to leave the library, a little alert sounds on my phone. Please don't be freaking weird when you see this. This is it. My phone is in my hands in less than a second. The screen unlocked and the obituary period loads before my eyes. Article posted today at 2:39 p.m. Keyword 3. Mr. Accident numerical age 20 to 30. Image data found yes. Saturday, May 30th. Mr. Ichi Hanada, 22, of Tokyo Prefecture, was pronounced dead this afternoon at a traffic intersection at 12:02 p.m. Coroner's office report that Mr. Hanada was involved in a traffic accident. No other casualties have been reported. Mr. Hanada is survived by his fiancée, who wishes to remain anonymous. A funeral service has not yet been arranged. View image attached. I quickly load the image attached and can't believe my eyes. The photo is the exact same one that was sent to me through Corpse Girl's website. There can be absolutely no doubt that this is my latest victim. I've done it again. My breathing starts to quicken, my cheeks begin to grow hot. No, not in the library. Not in the library. I know from experience that if I don't get somewhere private and quickly, I may very well look like a fool in the public. I quickly glance along the library for signs of pointing to a restroom. As soon as my eyes settle on it, I dash towards, swerving between bookshelves and through narrow aisles. You're such a freaking weirdo that you have to immediately, get off on this in public. There's one door for a unisex bathroom, an unremarkable beige portal. The muscles in my thighs are tightening, and I squirm as I reach for the door. My hands grasp the cool metal handle and press down, only to be met with immovable resistance. It's locked. There's a sign on the door I noticed that I completely ignored in the haste. Closed for cleaning.
Shit!
I curse despite my best efforts to keep a low profile. My head turns frantically looking for somewhere else that I can sit down and remain out of sight while my body reacts erratically to my latest success. You're so fucking weird. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get how this is involuntary. I just don't understand. It's just gross.
Yo, you busted?
This guy again.
I need to use the restroom.
I hope he can't tell the expression on my face is not one of desperation to use the facilities.
On it.
To my surprise, Kyrgyz strides up to the bathroom door and begins to slam his fist against it.
Cleaning time is over. Get out of there.
I hear a panicked yelp from within. Kyrgyz's command voice was more than a little intimidating. Within seconds, a terrified old woman emerges. She wheels her cleaning trolley around us, bows quickly, and disappears from sight.
All yours. Bad to hold it.
Thanks.
I hate this. I hate everything about it. I don't need to hear her. It's freaking weird. They don't need to go through this every time. We get it. I don't want to. I dash past Kajiro, unable to believe what is happening here. I slam the door behind me and slip into a cubicle. As soon as I sit up top the toilet lid, my legs begin to shake uncontrollably. I have to lean backwards to steady myself. Ichi Hanada is dead, killed in a traffic accident. That could mean anything, but I'm willing to bet that I caused his death. After seeing the photo of his dismembered corpse, he might have purposely crashed his car, or perhaps someone else rammed into his vehicle, intent on murdering him on the behalf of the corpse girl. I still don't know how my power works. I don't know why these victims end up dead, but the cause of death ultimately doesn't matter. What matters is corpse girl is victorious once more. I find myself panting, squirming, struggling to restrain myself. Ugh. My vision fogs, my knuckles clench, and with barely a fanfare begin to cool down all of a sudden. Just like that, the overwhelming urge to explode simply flutters away. My breathing regulates, my legs solidify, and the rest firmly on the ground. This experience wasn't as staggering as the last time. Maybe because I was so confident that this victim would die, my body already prepared itself for it. I've already become desensitized to my ability to wield death itself. I won't pretend that I'm not disappointed. The exhilarating feeling I experienced last time, the complete and utter loss of control, it was addicting. I crave experience like that again. So you crave to just lose all function and fall on the floor. You're so weird. Still, I need to remind myself the most important thing. I fulfilled the request issued to Corpse Girl. The 2 new victims in a row, 2 victories in a single week. As long as the requests keep coming, I can keep achieving my goals. I can do this. Full of confidence and feeling steady once more, I exit the cubicle and leave the bathroom. The strange man Kujiro is waiting for me at the end of an aisle.
Good?
Yeah. Hey, thanks for... I really needed the bathroom.
Course. Been there. Gotta go when you gotta go. Look what I found.
Kujiro holds up a book in plain black
Nobel
cover.
Sinclair's latest. Dazed by the Dead. It's a ripper.
Oh, what's that one about?
Falling in love with the dead. Read it already last year. Time for another go. Oh, here.
Kujiro hands me another book to me. This one is a brown cover. An illustration on the front depicts a field of flowers.
What's this?
Sinclair's first ever published work. Strange Flower. Title's nonsense. This is the one where he puts corpses in suits, treats them to meals at fancy restaurants. Loaned it out under my name. You take it. Return it before the due date. Can't risk getting fined.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll be sure to read it.
Sure. Send me your thoughts on noise. Right. Be seeing you.
I want to go to the library. I haven't been in a really long time. A brief wave of his hand and he disappears behind the closet shelves. I can't really get over how peculiar he is, but he certainly makes an effort to be friendly. I turn the heavy book over in my hands and look inside the front cover of the publication date, 2009. It's actually not that old, definitely not as old as the fiction I normally consume. I shrug and hoist the bulky tome underneath my arm, then make for the library's exit. I feel uncommonly hungry on my way home, so much that I decide to stop by a restaurant and get some dinner. I wonder if killing stirs up appetite. I often pass this establishment when I exit the train station in Akihabara. It's an old venue and serves traditional Japanese food as well as popular Western dishes. So today I've always been curious about eating here would be accurate. I've been working hard lately achieving my goals. I can afford to treat myself to a cooked meal, right? Why do I find it so hard to justify that? I'm even going to eat at a booth tonight, another rarity for me. A waitress guides me to the empty booth and I slide in before taking in a menu. The house, especially according to the menu in my hands, is grilled eel. Not exactly my favorite. In fact, seafood of any variety doesn't sit well in my stomach. I decide to pass on the specials and order something I know I can digest. Omi rice sounds good. I used to eat it a lot as a kid. Omelet rice and ketchup. Ew. What's not like? Plus, it's only 700 yen before tax. The waitress returns to take my order, and I confidently point out that I'd like. She offers me a smile and hurries off to the next table. Perhaps my recent victory streak has given me a courage boost, because I hardly feel awkward or anxious sitting here, surrounded by people eating and drinking on all sides. I'm somewhat calm and at ease amidst the hustle and bustle of the restaurant. I almost feel like I might be nice to have company. A friend, perhaps Oi or even Shinya, might be nice to talk to and pass the time with. Oh well, in a way, I do have some company. I retrieve a book from my handbag, the very same book Kijori lent to me, and I open it up to the first chapter, Strange Flower. An odd, apparently meaningless title. Still, some high recommendation by an eccentric stranger, so it must be good. My meal arrives when I'm a few pages into the book. I thank the waitress and look at the omurice before me. It smells good. It's presented beautifully. I can probably eat at least a quarter of the portion without feeling ill. I pick up a spoon and slice through the middle of the omurice, causing a puff of steam to billow out. Throwing caution to the wind, I scoop up a good amount and bring it to my mouth. It's delicious. There's no other words to describe it. The convenience store meals I normally eat can't even compare to something like this. The egg is soft, the rice is fluffy, and there's just enough ketchup along the top. To take a second mouthful, then a third, I can't help but giggle a little at the thought of myself sitting here eating like a normal person. All the people around me probably think I'm a normal person too. Just a girl sitting in a restaurant eating her dinner. Another quiet giggle escapes my lips, and I gently dab my mouth with a napkin. What, are you gonna start, just laughing like a maniac here? I set my spoon to the side and returned to the book in front of me. The author of the book works certainly is interesting. Noble Sinclair. According to the bio inside the front cover, he moved to Japan from overseas at a young age. The book was written originally in Japanese. It's not a translation, but even so, the writing style is quite unusual. I can't put my finger on what is strange about it. Maybe it's the lack of complex kanji used throughout. Everything is written rather simple in hiragana? Almost like the intended honesty is elementary school kids. But that can't be right. The theme contains within are truly disturbing. Maybe the author just doesn't have the greatest comprehension on writing in Japanese. It's true that a lot of adults even trouble with the complex kanji. Professional authors, though, not so much. Anyway, it's not like the matters too much. The book is interesting enough to keep me turning pages. I must be completely absorbed in reading because before I know it, the waitress is by lighting letting me know the restaurant is closing soon. I nod, I look at the plate of mommy rice in front of me. The meal has gone cold and I ate only 3 bites. Still, I'm feeling full now and I really enjoy what I did eat. I didn't even feel any added weight on my hips as I get to my feet. There's definitely a positive thing. So I'm assuming she has to be like some kind of anorexia for her to never eat. And then when she does eat something, she ate 3 bites and then brings up weight on her hips. I stretch my arms and legs, put my book in my bag, and offer the waitress some money along with the bill. A blast of frigid night air nearly sweeps me off my feet when I step out of the restaurant. If I'd known the weather was going to take a turn for the worst, I would have brought my scarf and jacket. It's the end of spring, so unpredictably cold weather is pretty rare. I guess I can't be blamed for not bundling up. Anyway, it's not raining and I'm close to home, so it shouldn't be a problem. I head down the street and watch a few shop owners closing their stores for the night. They don't pay me any mind as I wander by. The phone bursts to life and rings out a quiet night air. I grab it and press it close to my ear for
Hello?
warmth.
Aoi? Noriko? Hello? Is this a bad time?
Why is that the only person that ever calls
No,
us?
I'm just walking home.
You're out at this time of night? That's not like you.
I stopped somewhere to eat. What's up?
You stopped to eat? Say, about the new job.
What is it?
I spoke to the manager at the maid cafe, but he said I can't quit.
He said that? Oh, well, it's not up to him. You have every right to quit. Did you tell him you've landed a new job?
Yes, I told him. But he said he spent so much time and money training me that if I quit now, he'll treat it as stealing from the company and he'll call the police.
Bullshit.
What a load of crap! Hang on. Are you at the cafe now?
Yes, I just finished my shift. We're closing up.
I'll be right there. I'm only a minute away anyway. I'm going to give your manager a piece of my mind.
No, Noriko, you can't.
Just watch me. I'll be right there.
I end the call despite Oi's objections. I can't believe how furious I am. Oi finally had to escape route from that god-awful job, and now the manager won't let her quit. That has to be illegal. I've never met her manager, but I can just imagine his type. A self-important, wretched, greedy pig thinks he's the king of the world because he runs a shady maid cafe in the back streets. Well, I won't stand for it. People like him are the ones that should be reported to Corpse Girls' websites. I'd love to target victims like that. I change direction and take up a running pace. The cool air against my face is kind of nice now and my body is warming up a little. Thankfully, there is hardly anyone around this time of night, so I don't feel particularly embarrassed by running in public. I'm not a terribly fit person, so it isn't long before I feel out of breath. I come to a stop at the end of the street, heaving and clutching my chest.
Okay. I'm okay. Deep breaths.
After taking a moment to collect myself, I start back up, walking briskly this time. I can see the maid's cafe illuminated sign ahead of me. I approach the entrance and read the neon board. Chateau de Cristal, welcome home, master. Drinks from around 400, table charges 500 per person, open till 10 every night. I pass the sign and reach for the door handle just as somebody hurriedly throws the door open in emergencies.
Noriko?
Aoi, told you I'd be here.
I'm really glad to see you.
Oya gives me a brief wave. She fidgets nervously and straightens the ruffles on her dress.
I can't believe you have to wear this ridiculous outfit.
Yeah, but the costume isn't the worst part of the job.
I know. Listen, is your manager still here?
Oi hesitates and shakes her head slightly.
You just missed him. There are only a few girls inside closing up.
Damn it. Ugh, I really wanted to give him a piece of my mind.
Noriko, it's fine. I can continue working here. It's not so bad.
Hell no! Don't even pretend it's okay. This place is torturing you. You have that customer that always gropes you, and now your manager is controlling you? I won't stand for it, and you shouldn't either.
But what can I do?
Grow a backbone. I'm honestly stumped by the question. In all my hastiness to get here, I never even thought through a plan for Oi. Damn it. The heartbreaking expression on her face. I just want to grab her, hug her, and tell her everything's going to be okay. So why can't I?
Oi. I know you don't feel like it, but you're the strongest girl I know. All the shit you've dealt with over the years, all the shit you're still dealing with, you're brave, whether you know it or not. My issues pale in comparison to yours. You still get up each and every day and do your best. I'm proud of you. And I want to make things easier for you. Come work with me at Temujin. Just leave this place behind. Forget all about it.
Noriko.
You're my best friend. You always will be. Even if we can't be anything more than that, I'm happy just having you in my life.
Did she just confess she likes her?
I'd do anything for you, Aoi. I hope you realize that.
Of course. I know. Thank you, Noriko.
Let's get out of here. It's really late. Come back to my place.
You know I can't. All my things are at home, and I need to check everything first. Otherwise...
I nod calmly, understanding I can't push her too much.
Don't worry. I get it.
And the thing is, I can't just run away from this place. That stalking customer. He knows where I live, and, well, if I stop showing up to work, he said he'll visit me at home.
Why don't we go to the police?
I can't do that!
Without warning, Oi bursts into tears just as the rain begins to spill from the clouds.
I can't get him in trouble. I just can't. He's...
Aoi, what? What is he?
He's... family.
Oh, so he's a perv. A gust of wind blows down the narrow street, causing my hair to whip wildly in my face. I brush it out of my eyes and mouth, only to see Oi standing still, her head down.
A stalker? He's... family?
I could never bring myself to tell you. But surely you must have wondered why I've put up with it for so long.
I don't know what to say. I'm stunned. You're putting up with it because you don't want him arrested.
Yes. If he goes to prison, the rest of my family will disown me. Then I'll truly have no one.
You have me.
You know what I mean. I'm just going to go home for tonight. Thanks for coming out to see me, Noriko.
Oi turns her heels and strolls away, the click-click of her shoes against the wet pavement echoing through the street.
Oi.
She doesn't hear me breathe her name as she disappears into the darkness. That poor girl, has to be something I can do. Oh, go after Oi, give her some space. I actually finally get to make a choice. I was beginning to think that this game was just a book, not a game. It says it's a game. Go after her, give her some space. Go after her, give her some space. Let's go after her. You like her. You have a way you can get rid of her family member. Let's go after her. I can't let her go. I can't let her just walk away as sad and helpless as she is. My legs lurch forward on their own volition, propelling my body through the rain-soaked streets.
Aoi! Aoi, come back!
My shouts echoes in the night, my weightless words falling through the air like the very rain that patters against my face. Aoi's silhouette is just out of reach. If only my weak body could pick up its pace, I'm able to reach her before she fades away. Oh. Her unexpected command fulfills its purpose. I halt my shoes, skidding along the wet ground. Oi is closer than I expected her to be. Perhaps due to some trick of the light and the rain, she simply seemed further away in my tired eyes.
Chloe, please. Let me help you.
There's nothing to be done. Why can't you take a hint? You just never give up, do you? You just want to smother me.
Sure.
You don't trust me to handle things on my own.
No, because you have been a puss. Sorry. You have been calling a lot. Complaining about everything, wanting her to solve it. So, no, you can't handle things on your own.
That's not it. I just care for you so much.
I know that. You think you haven't made that clear in the past?
Rarely have I seen Oi this angry. She's well past the point of being simply upset now. She's truly ferocious. Have I overstepped a boundary?
You're not my guardian angel, or my savior, or whatever. This is my life, Noriko. It's not your sick fantasy, where you swoop in and act like my knight in shining armor.
Chloe,
Shut up! Just shut up! You always take it one step too far. Just leave me alone.
I can't get another word in before she vanishes into the night. I reach a hand out into the darkness like some foolish attempt to stop her, but I know it's pointless. She made her thoughts perfectly clear. She doesn't need or want my help. Even if she cares for me, she doesn't love me in the same way I love her, and I don't think she ever will. I sigh and look up at the thick cloak of clouds above. The rain continues to fall. Your friend needs help, but not from you. She just needs help. May 31st, Sunday afternoon. Today drags on. Since I don't work weekends, I never really know what to do with myself during my free time. The library yesterday was nice, but I don't want to hang out there again today. So far, I've spent the day simply reading at home and brewing the occasional cup of tea to stave off my hunger. I keep checking my phone, but Oi hasn't replied to any of my texts. Even when I call, she lets it go to voicemail. I don't even have my own requests to attend to. I was hoping I would get at least one this weekend to help occupy my time. To take a break from reading Strange Flowers, I decided to browse through noise and see what's happening on my social circle. Though I'm not close to any of these people I'm connected to, save for Oi, reading through these posts always lifts my mood. Rather annoyingly, the first post I come across was from T. T, 9 minutes ago, bitches be trippin' if they think they gonna steal my man. We thick as thieves. He's getting lucky tonight. Who would write that? I mean, there are people that would write that shit, but who would... Oh my gosh. The garbled post is accompanied by a photo of her and Shinya getting cozy together. Shinya looks a little nervous. I would be willing to bet that T is the first girl he's ever snuggled like that. I can't quite figure out why she's so interested in him, or why he's into her for that matter. At first I thought T was just trying to bug me, to annoy me, by pursuing someone she thought I wanted. But surely this is taking it too far, right? Haven't I made it clear that I just don't care? As for Shinya, maybe the boy really is into a blow-up doll look. I guess I understand him less than I originally thought. I noticed that I've been frowning while looking at T's post, so I decided to slam my finger down on the thumb down button. A little text box appeared in the post. Reads, Noriko Kawasada disliked this. My frown breaks in a smirk. I feel somewhat satisfied to publicly dislike T's post. I can imagine T's face going tomato red when she reads the notification. With a little giggle, I scroll past the post and keep browsing my feed. As expected, it does take long to find a post from Shinya himself. It's out of character for him, but he's actually not posting about criminal cases and detective work for once. Shinya, 13 hours ago. I never believed in love until I met her. She swept me off my feet and showed me how to become a better man. She makes me want to be the best person I can be. My heart goes out to my darling T. 2 days together and counting. Oh, God. Okay, so these are supposed to be adults. And I have certainly seen adults act like this on Facebook. But it's so cringy. I look forward to every day because of you. Thank you. I involuntarily gag and continue scrolling. Nothing else in my newsfeed really compares to those last two posts. My sister wrote something about her sucky job, and a few coworkers posted about how grief-stricken they were about Akane's passing away unexpectedly. Akane following closely by Ichi Handana, and long before them both Rory, the one who started it all. 3 strangers, 3 people dead, all because of Corpse Girl. People wanted them dead, and because of that, I also wanted them dead. I won't forget their names. When Corpse Girl rises above the muck and filth in the world and becomes truly famous, I'll share a toast to those memories. Until then, I read and trudge forward. I need new targets, new victims to launch Corpse Girl's name into the stars. If Corpse Girl's website becomes more than an urban legend, more than a rumor whispered in the shadows, then no, I need to take it slow. I can't get too far ahead of myself. I still need to put in a lot of work before I can attain my goals. But the only way I can move forward is if to request them through the website. There has to be a way to promote the site. Flashy advertisements is out of the question. I don't want the site looking like a gimmick people can visit simply to pass the time. I need word of mouth, testimonials. So far, the site has claimed 3 victims. I need the original requesters to spread the word about how effective the website really is. Yes, that would be perfect, but I obviously can't get in touch with them now. They remain anonymous when they request a death. No one would willingly put in their contract details about doing something so shady anyway. I sigh and scratch my head, thinking about it like it won't do me any good. Maybe I should come back in later. I reach for my laptop sitting on the couch next to me. Maybe I'll take just one more look at the new requests. You never know, right? I log into the administrative panel of Corpse Girl website and check for notifications. 1 new request. Request details. Today at 3:31 local time. Victim's phone number. Download image attached. Wait, 3:31? That was submitted just a few minutes ago. What are the chances I would check the incoming request so soon after receiving a new one? I know what it is. It's going to be T requesting that she's dead because she disliked her post. How much you want to bet? My heart begins to race at the attached photo download to my computer. I'm excited about the prospect of working on a new request for the rest of the evening. Who will the poor sucker be come to Corpse Girl's will? Will another beautiful corpse be left in my wake? It's you. I knew it. My heart skips a beat and my hands instantly turn cold. What the hell? A photo of myself appears on the screen. It's the very same image used for my company ID tag. I'm not smiling in the photo or in real life. Is there some kind of joke? Somebody has requested my death. Somebody has requested my death. You had to have known you were rubbing some people the wrong way.
Somebody wants me dead?
What a freak.
I can't believe it! It finally happened! I know exactly who requested my death! Tomoe!
I hate how excited she gets.
That stupid, vapid bitch!
T, the one person who hates me more than I hate myself. Of course she's the one who uploaded the photo. Of course she wants Corpse Girl to take care of me. She's been looking for somebody to test the website on. Her noise post from the start of the week confirms that, and she has been getting increasingly obsessed with tormenting me lately. I'm willing to bet that when I disliked her latest post, it finally triggered her to request my death.
Tomoe, you brainless whore! I am Corpse Girl!
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of annoying and cringy. In a fit of manic laughter, I set to work dismembering my photo. I'm going to make my corpse look so realistic that she'll think she really succeeded in getting me killed. And then when her guard is down... You freaking weirdo. June 1st, Monday morning.
No sign of Sato yet? I wonder if she got held up.
All right, everybody. I'm going to end this episode here. We've learned that she's such a freaking weirdo. She's manic. Like, there's something really wrong with her. The way she maniacally laughs. I get it's like a Japanese thing, but I don't like it. Anyway, if you guys please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.